What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave, and here we are once again with that show with the creepy graphics, but the oh so cool vibe. It's 5 random questions, and today we got a very special guest. I'm very excited because we just went up 15 cool points in the game of Dungeons and Dragons. If I was adding you to my party, we'd have a plus 15 in cool factor. It is the one, the only, the new wave of hip hop. It's RealTalk the Metaphor Messiah, my good friend. What's up, my friend?
Dead on Day, what's going on, my brother from another mother?
That's what I'm saying. Chicago, Vegas represent up in this thing. You know what the only downside is? I'm going to hear how much blacker I am sounding in this episode because apparently I'm a mirror. Whoever I'm around, I just take on their form a little bit, but that's okay, man. I got it all inside of me, man. I got soul up in here, and I'm super bad. So what's been going on with you, man? I mean, you got all kinds of stuff going on. You've joined Shot from the Point on a permanent basis. You're doing that. You're touring more. You're doing more shows. You got all. What's new in the world of Real Talk before we get to the scary part of the show?
Oh man, it's been crazy. Like I said, I just got done with the Rap is Fun tour, which is all down the West Coast. So we did that, and it was really great. And
sounds like a Will Smith album. Rap is fun.
It does actually. Believe me, it wasn't Will Smith though, but we had a great time. And then, like you said, I just joined the Shot from the Point team. You know, I took Jake Link's job. But
why you got to take another white fat man's job? Real talk, damn. Why you gotta be like that? Shit.
Oh man, but yeah, everything's just been fucking like great, man. We just keep doing this. And it's been really cool. Everything's just been really happening, so I'm like really happy right now.
You need to be doing more work because apparently to fucking afford them hats that you be wearing, motherfucker. Look at that hat. That is some goddamn Savio Vega shit. That is some real shit.
Yeah, that's like Savio Vega. Hey, you know what it is? You make a little money. You're in Vegas. You gotta get hip.
I swear to God, Andrade Cien Almas is wearing that stuff too, man. Cien.
Yeah. So, hey, speaking of that guy, he's a pretty good wrestler, man.
He is a good wrestler. I hope he can grow a personality because he's a good-looking dude and he's a hell of a wrestler. But Bobby Roode put him to shame with his glorious. Oh, it was glorious. We could talk about that forever and a day, but you are here for a specific reason. I invited you in to the Thunderdome. That's right. We're going inside. I'm going to ask you 5 questions that are just going around my heart and my brain and my mind, and I'm gonna see if you can survive these 5 questions, and if you get through them all and you answer them to my satisfaction, you get to turn the tables and ask a question to me, anything that your heart desires. Do you accept the terms, good sir?
I accept. I am ready.
Here we go. Question number 1. If you were in the wrestling industry, let's just say you said, fuck the rap game, I'm going wrestling, bitches. What would you want to do? Be a superstar, announcer, promoter, creative, or manager?
Definitely creative. I feel like I have, especially with the way it's going now. I feel like
I knew you were going to say that.
I feel like I have some really good ideas as far as creative and just coming up with storylines and things like that. I've always wanted. That's something I always thought about. If I wanted to do wrestling, like what would I do? Like I wouldn't mind being a wrestler, but I would more want to be creative.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
See, I come up with a storyline for Dangerous Dave. You know what I mean?
Dave Danger, motherfucker. Don't forget Dave Danger coming down. I'm gonna hit that danger zone on people. The world ain't ready for it. That's the thing. I'd love to bring them, but they're just not ready. They wouldn't know how to deal with it. I'm telling you.
I don't think so, man.
But yeah, I could see that. I could see you in the creative room being like, "No, shut up, listen to me."
Definitely,
it'd be great.
Definitely, it'd be a lot of good. I'm telling you, I got some story. Oh man, I wish I could do it now. First of all, Roman Reigns would not be. He'd be a heel and he'd be a badass. He really would.
Yeah. There's a lot that you can change. Yeah, I agree with you. Good answer. Question number 2. They get harder from here, my friend. They get harder from here.
All right.
Going into your personal life a little bit. I've had you on the show before on Creators Corner. We talked about your past and your history and everything and how you got into rap and everything and into the music industry, more importantly. Not because I don't really consider you a rapper. You're a damn musician. I mean, flat out. Mm-hmm. When was the moment, that real moment that you realized that making a living in this industry was possible for you? When was that moment?
this is gonna sound funny, but the moment I smoked the blunt with the Wu Tang Clan, I knew it. I'm gonna be honest. I knew it. I said to myself, I'm sitting here smoking with Capadonna and Method Man, and I'm looking around like, I'm here. Like, I can do this. Like, and I grew up idolizing the Wu Tang Clan. I mean, I'm sure they were, Dave, they were everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. How do you not know?
So,
Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, of course.
I mean, exactly. So
yeah.
I'm sitting there in this room and I'm drinking Cavassier with them and smoking a blunt. I'm like, oh, it's on. I can do this. I'm here. They let me know. So that was the time I knew. I just knew it.
Some people get knighted, other people get fucking ganja'd. I mean, it's just how it is. It works out. I mean, you can take a knee and you can take a sword to either side, or you can pass the doichi on the left-hand side. I mean, it works out. It does the job. I like that. That's a great story, by the way. I would love if you're able to, how much you're able to remember. One day, I just want you to put that story, that entire story from how you met all the way to the last puff and you said goodbye. I want that story on tape because that is just got to be a fantastic.
You know what? I remember most of it. That was like that's probably the thing that turn my whole music career around. So I remember most of it.
We got to do that one day. I want to get that story down on tape because that's a great story.
Awesome.
That's a great story. That's a good answer too. I can see that being a moment of just yeah, all right.
That's my favorite moment so far.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Question number 3. Now, we all know that you're just starting to get into podcasting and everything, and adding that to everything else that you do is not easy. So I'm gonna put you on the spot with everything else that you're doing, with getting other musicians into your group, which is another job all in of itself. Producing music, fucking everything that you're doing, and then on top of that, podcasting. What is bringing you the most personal satisfaction at the moment, and where do you see things going in the future?
You know what? That is a good question.
Well, really come on, man. It's like I do this for a living. Well, not a living, but I do it.
I think the most right now is, honestly, I want to say, I don't know if you've seen the 2 new guys that I've added to my group.
I'm about to interview one of them next weekend. Absolutely.
Hey, shout out to Taz and Turner Low.
Taz.
They're 2 white guys, to be honest, and I think that it's cool that right now I'm having people from different backgrounds and cultures that want to join my group. From that different races and different cultures, and they live I think they're in Florida. It's really cool that. And we get a bunch of people. I have to, I kind of decline a lot of people, but the fact that there's so many people that want to join what I'm doing right now, that gives me the most satisfaction, man. It really does. Just to know that my music makes other talented musicians want to be around me and want to join what I'm doing and create a legacy. That is just so satisfying to me, man.
The creation of a musical legacy has got to be, I mean, even at its roots, when you have people that from different cultures and different lifestyles that are coming in and wanting to be a part of what you're doing, I can totally see how that is the most satisfying thing that you could possibly doing in the world right now, because creating a song, creating an album is creating a memory. Creating a legacy is something you're creating potential history, and it's a different thing altogether. I mean, that's good stuff, man.
That's what I've always wanted to do, Dave, is leave a legacy behind that they won't forget.
I think you're well on your way, my friend. I think you're well on your way. From the first time that you and I spoke, I mean, be a little more proper. From the first time you and I spoke, you made an impression upon me. And from our interactions on just a random ass video that you commented on,
yeah, I remember. That's crazy, man. It's so crazy. Things have changed so much even since then, Dave. I would have never thought. I saw your video and I loved it. I like wrestling. I saw it, and things have just been crazy since then, Dave.
Back then, I truly was just a fat guy on a couch too. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to see, but you saw something, and we started talking, and we got a beautiful friendship out of it, man. Yep. One of my most cherished friendships, to be completely honest. We don't talk as much as I'd like to. But when we do, there's always, I don't want to start crying or nothing, but it's a very satisfying relationship, my friend. So yeah, cool. It's been a good growth.
Well, you're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. It's hard, but at least, every time we have a conversation, Dave, every time I have a conversation with you, I always leave the conversation thinking And that's what I want to do. You're a smart guy, and that's how you know it's a good conversation, is when you leave the conversation thinking, using your mind and actually thinking about things. So
I don't even know. Thank you. That really, thank you. I appreciate that. But that's not going to get you out of question number 4. Number 4 is coming, man. Nice try. You tried to play to my ego, but no. Question 4 is here. Talking about music and talking about everything, bringing in new guys and all that stuff, that's one thing. But I'm sure, like you said, you've had to reject a bunch of people. So you get to see a lot of people who are trying to do what you do. If you're speaking to a group of young musicians right now, what is the biggest mistake that you see, and how do they avoid that mistake if they want to get somewhere in the industry?
I can answer. The biggest mistake I see through my eyes is there are musicians that try to be other musicians, Dave.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that wants to be Drake, or they want to be Lil Wayne, or whatever the new hottest guy is.
Yeah.
And if I could tell them, the biggest mistake is be yourself.
Yes.
If the people are going to like you, they're going to like you. If they're not, then they're not. But be yourself. There's already a Drake. There's already a Lil Wayne. Yep. There was already a Kurt Cobain. You guys don't have to be somebody else. Be
it's
yourself.
Impossible. You can't be them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. You have to be yourself. And like I said, if the people feel who you are, then they're gonna feel it. And if they're not, you ever heard that statement? Real recognize real, Dave.
Absolutely. I see it every time that I talk to you. I feel that statement just resonate. Absolutely.
Exactly. Real recognize real, man. I can tell when somebody's trying to be something they're not, or that's who they are.
Yeah.
And I would respect somebody for who they are more than anything else.
Yep. I always look back to that. I know it's not the best movie in the world. I liked it though. That movie with Mark Wahlberg, Rockstar, when his buddy says to him, he goes, "Wouldn't you rather fail as yourself than make it as somebody else?" And Mark Wahlberg famously goes, "Why in the world would I want to do that?" And it's amazing. I actually really dig that flick. But no, you're 100% right. Tommy C and I have had this conversation in the past when we started Shopping the Point, we started doing things together and everything. The one thing that we realized, and what we've heard other people who were successful say, you do not copy a person. You look for styles that you can fit in, and you find a genre, you find a style, a format, but you never copy the person doing it because you can't be them. But you find a format that you like, and you try to find a way to make it your own, and that's what you have to do.
Exactly.
And that's what I think you've done with rap, but with hip hop. You found a hip hop genre, even a subgenre within a genre, to be honest. Because your rap does have a tendency to have more of a referential, that's why you're a Metaphor Messiah, a referential nature, which is its own subgroup, I found out. Yes, I've been doing a little research into hip-hop. And it's got its own little bit of a subgroup. And what you've done is you've taken that subgroup and you've made that your own with your references to our pop culture and fucking wrestling and so many other things that you do, but still have a way to talk about the realest shit going on in the world at the same time. You're carving out your own path. So you've taken that exact methodology, that exact advice, and made a career out of it. So
exactly, cool. David. And that's what I want. That's if I could tell anybody, the guys that it's sad. It's kind of sad though, because there's a lot of guys who feel like they have to be somebody they're not in order to make it, and it's not worth it, man.
I blame the Disney Channel for that shit. The Disney Channel is that's what they do. Man. They're like, we just need another Britney Spears or another Christina Aguilera, get another Justin Timberlake, another Hannah Montana, that's all they do. They're cookie cutter network. But I gotta admit, I like Girl Meets World, so fuck me.
Still not as good as Boy Meets World, though.
That's fucking true, man. But Topanga's still hot as a motherfucker.
Yeah, Topanga always was.
Anyway, final question number 5. And we're going to stick within the realm of music. So let me ask you this, man. You've done everything you've done up to this point. You talked about your moments of inspiration with the Wu Tang and all that stuff. But looking forward, who are your 3 dream collaborations? 3 guys that you wish that you can work with, and who are they?
Okay, well, the first person I'm going to say, they're not here anymore, but Sublime. I always I wish I would have got a chance to work with. I love Sublime.
Yeah. And I think you would have worked really well with them too. What they were able to do, because they already incorporated so many different styles of music into their into what they did. It would be really cool to see what you were able to do with that. I would really
like that. But if it was three guys, I would say Common Sense, because he's from Chicago, and I really like Common.
Yeah,
a lot.
He's a good actor too, by the way.
Really good actor, actually.
I love that show, that Western show, the Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Common. I hope that's Common. I think it is.
I think so.
He's fantastic in that.
I know he does the lip singing one, and he's in all the movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, so it would definitely be Common Sense. Another one would be Kendrick Lamar. I think he's really, really good. Especially he's a really good lyricist. And then there's actually a lot of people I wouldn't mind working with. I'm trying to think of there's a band I like, and they kind of do. I gotta remember their name, but I really like those guys, and I think they're kind of did I do a show with them one time? I think they took the name. I know they took it was Rage Against something, but it wasn't a Machine. I wish I knew that. I had to plug them. Rage Against the World or something like that. I wish I knew the name, but basically it's a band, and I really like them, and I would love to do something. I'm a big rock guy, Dave.
Yeah, you are.
So there's a lot of guys in rock I would like to work with. You know what I mean? Sure. I would love to work with my favorite groups, Smashing Pumpkins and things like that, Nirvana.
Now, okay, how are you gonna be a Smashing Pumpkins fan and not plug TNA at this point? I mean, Billy Corgan's doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, he ain't doing anything good, but I mean,
whoa! Everybody knows I plug TNA because Broken Man Hardy is the truth.
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that shit,
Dave. I just had to bring it up. I forgot to say this to you, buddy. Do you remember when they brought out that red belt? That looks terrible.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That red belt's sick. Whatever. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
I like the red belt. I do. I like the background of it. I do. I like the red. I like the blue better, but I like the red. Yeah.
Oh no, they might as well. Okay. What was the crowd screaming? Do you remember what they were screaming?
Yes, and they didn't scream it until it was actually a different segment where you're talking about when they screamed delete.
Yes.
And that was when the Dudleys brought up the Hardys. They screamed delete. Yeah.
I could have sworn it was when they brought the rebel out, but whatever. The fact is, the fans of the WWE were screaming out delete. That should tell you right there that Broken Man Hardy is the truth.
It should tell you right there that anybody will troll anything at any fucking time. That was that Brooklyn crowd that fucking trolls. That's exactly what that was, and it's completely fine. But here's the reality of it. They've done nothing with it. I didn't like Final Deletion. You know I didn't like Final Deletion. I saw nothing interesting in Final Deletion. I thought because the wrestling match was fucking booty, but that's just my opinion.
You know what, Dave? I'll give you that. It wasn't that great, but I just feel like that's why I said I wanted to be in creative, because I think that was really creative. I think that's a creative character.
It's been done before. It's been done, and nobody wants to talk about how it's been done to death before. We've seen Raven do the exact same character in WCW. We've seen broken characters before. Bray Wyatt could be taken as inspiration for Matt fucking Hardy.
But there was no Brother Nero, sir.
I mean,
Brother Nero.
Devon has done that character. Devon has done a brother character. He was Deacon before. He's done it. He's done that type of broken character, lost but found type of thing. It ain't nothing special to me. I'm sorry. And now they're going to do a second one with the Decay. Oh God, Have fun with that shit. You enjoy that. Now you've got me off topic completely. But look how you fucking hijacked my show. I swear to God, you should be shouting Allah Akbar at me, motherfucker. You just took my show over, hijacked it. All right. But you did answer all 5 questions, much to my satisfaction. I feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. I've grown as a human being. And your reward, as promised, is you now get to turn the tables and ask any question. And on my honor, as Dead on Dave, as a former soldier in the United States Army, I promise you I will answer it 100% honestly. So I turn it over to you, man. What is your question for me?
Okay. I think I've got one.
All right.
Okay. Who do you since you're a wrestling guy, whose character in the WWE do you see yourself in? I guess I would say fitting, kind of gelling with. Whose character kind of reminds you of you, Dave, in the WWE?
Ooh, you know, I think when you're a wrestling fan, you do try to look for people that you can relate to. And I think you do that with anything. I don't know if I have a guy that I feel that connection with, that I'm represented, like me as a weird type of guy that I am. I think a lot of the tenacity that I have, I feel like I would gel very well with a guy like AJ Styles. I feel like if I was, let's say I got my dream job as being a manager, I feel like because of our personalities, I could do the things verbally that he's able to do physically. I think AJ Styles is somebody that I resonate with. Honestly, I know this might sound weird. This is going to sound a little strange, but I kind of really did feel a lot of connection with CM Punk, in a lot of ways.
Me too. I did today.
There's a Chicago connection. I know I'm not straight edge or anything, but just the way that he logically seemed to talk to people. That's the way I talk to people on a daily basis with anything. CM Punk, when he, even in the confines of kayfabe and in a wrestling ring, he never fucking would go ridiculous lines of thought. Even when he was the savior character, the straight edge savior, he was still talking within logic with everything that he said. So for me, I would say CM Punk is probably the closest I've ever had to a real relatable personality. And the other guy I would say is Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan, I feel I could have been a Bobby Heenan. Like Bobby Heenan, I could be his son sometimes, the way that I don't know. I'm nothing like Bobby Heenan, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I think like Bobby did, and I think those are my guys for me.
I gotta say, Dave, I could really. Thank you, sir.
That's a great question.
I really agree, especially with the CM Punk. I really do see that in you a lot, to be honest. Because CM Punk, I always felt like he was honest. Even when he dropped that pipe bomb, before he dropped the pipe bomb, I always felt what he said was honest. And I know they have to play it up and they're like giving lines. They're giving lines to say, but I always felt like CM Punk was just. He was real, like, you know what I mean? And
always
that's
honest, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
And I always feel like that about you. You're an honest guy, man. So
I guess I could have said Bull Dempsey because I'm
nice,
man. Yeah, or King Kong Bundy or something like that. But
no, he's a fun. I don't like King. I didn't really like. I never enjoyed King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
Never enjoyed his matches ever.
I don't think anybody did. Before we get out of here, I don't know if I'm going to go live. I'm thinking about going live in a little bit. Of course, some people don't even care because they're not going to be watching that long. But the question is this. I'm thinking about going live because did you hear about Mr. Fuji? He just passed away today.
Yeah,
like 83 years old.
I just heard about it. Thanks to the Huff man who always comes with good information.
He got that from me. I fed that to him. Yes, I fed it to him. He saw me write it in the chat and then told you guys. Huffman the thief.
Oh, Huffman. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of messed up. That dude was a great heel. I loved him. He was a good heel, man. Great. Used to love when he throw the powder in your face and stuff like that. He was a good heel, man.
It was salt. Oh, very important. It was salt. It was not powder. He did a salt in your eyes. It was wonderful. That was great. I'm gonna talk. I'm probably gonna go live to talk about Mr. Fuji. But hey, thank you so much for joining me, man. I appreciate it. You did everything I was expecting and more, my friend. Absolutely killed it. This is Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. This was 5 random questions, man. You got anything else you want to tell the kids before we get up out of here? Tell them where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I just want to tell the guys, man, okay, if you enjoy any of my music at all, you guys can check me out on RealTalkTheTruth.com. RealTalkTheTruth.com. And that's my moniker for anything. You can go to Twitter or Facebook. Check me out, man. Like I said, I'm just trying to spread a good positive vibe to the world, man. And leave a legacy they won't forget, man. So you guys check me out. My YouTube is type in Jay Davis, or you can type in Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah, man. And hey, you'll find me, man. So.
There you go. And all of his information, of course, is in the description box of this video. And he's on my features channels list, so you can't possibly miss him if you want to find him. Jay, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Fantastic job. And if you guys want to be on a future episode of Random 5, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section or on Twitter @ThatOnDaveV. Tell me why that you should be on this show. I don't want to hear about your day at college or anything like that. If you have a story to tell, something that is actually there, you're doing a project, something that you feel that needs to be shared, hit me up because I want to hear your story. That's what this channel is all about. That's what this show is all about. Stories, interaction, real meaningful shit. And that's what this is all about. Try to do it in an entertaining way, but you got to have a message at the end of the day. So hit me up and I will get you on, all right? You got a tough act to follow with this one. Jay,
it's a lot of pressure, guys.
You fucking knocked it out of the park, man. Everything I expected and more. Thank you guys for joining us right here on Dead on Day Productions and this episode of Random 5. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.